Our next guest called the semi-surge just last week and now says 3 Dow laggards are about to break out and lead the pack. Mark Newton of Newton Advisors back to take us off the charts. Hey, Mark.
Thanks. Hi, Judd. So let's take a look at 3 Dow laggards, okay? The Dow being right near all-time highs. These are 3 stocks I think can come back that are technically attractive. The first one, Nike. We see the breakout, the new multi-year highs, a consolidation. The stock is lagged, is in the bottom quartile of the performance for Q2, but it really is sitting right near all-time highs. So this is the underperformance over the last few months. That's really not all that dramatic. These are the kind of stocks you want to buy when the market is breaking out to new all-time highs, not ones that are too stretched to the upside or ones that are too much laggards like energy stocks, in my opinion. They're still very much underweight. Nike is one. I think it does move up towards 90. Get over that. It gets up towards 100 by the early part of August, September. So that's one I'm looking at that I think is attractive. Another one, United Health. Healthcare typically tends to be the best performing sector in June and July the last 5 years. United Health is one that's just starting to make a comeback also. This stock arguably has just exceeded this longer-term downtrend that's been intact over the last few months. This is one I like that's a lagger but is starting to show signs of progress. And really on any pullback like you've seen today, it's right to own this stock. Any move over 250 should send the stock up to right near 290. That's my second pick. The third will be Intel. This is a play off the semiconductor group. We spoke about this last week. Micron made its move today. Look at what Intel did. It moved to new, really, the highs. Just today, it moved over the highs of the last 6 trading days. That is very bullish short term. Of the 3, this is the one near term that has the most upside, specifically on what it did today. I like Intel to move currently from where it is up at least another 5 or 10% before it finds any sort of resistance. It is a play on the semi group and, of course, technology making a rebound, which we've seen over the last week.
Hey, Mark, with an Intel and with that group, so we debated the semis significantly. So is the point, though, that you would be buying a laggard in the semis and an Intel, I would argue, and I own it, that it's certainly the most diversified integrated play of all of them. But do you want to grab weakness in a sector that's outperforming right now?
Well, you want to grab a stock that's weak, that's starting to show momentum. And so that's different than just grabbing a pure laggard that's down near its lows. Intel, in this case, did, if you look, I mean, it double bottomed right near the former lows, and now it's starting to show real momentum on the upside. But yes, it's well down off its highs that it was a few weeks ago. So if anything, that's the kind of stock you want to buy, either stocks basing near the highs or ones that have been laggards that are now starting to show momentum on the upside.
Gotcha. Mark, thank you. As always,
thank you.
Mark Newton with Newton Advisors. All right. Nike, United Health, Intel.
So I love United Health, and I will continue, but I just want to throw this sort of fly in the ointment because that's what we need to do on this show. We need to prepare people. What's tonight and tomorrow night?
You're good at that.
I don't have to answer that. I'll tell you what it is. Thank you.
Oh.
And who's going to be in the crosshairs at some point tonight? Healthcare, Tim, with Gold Star for you. So I think over the next couple of days, you could see weakness on the back of whatever rhetoric you hear. That said, UNH at 14 times forward earnings, which is at least 2 standard deviations. Again, to use that phrase, lower than they trade historically is a buy.
I would think, just to pick my poison, I'm allowed to do that, right? Nike versus Under Armour. Under Armour has been the outperformer. I'd rather stay there. It's up 36% year-to-date against Nike, up 11%. They have more triggers, I guess, more growth potential to pull from international. They can grow there, so that's an ability. Then they have innovation in sneakers. They're coming out with a sneaker. I shouldn't say that. They're patented. They filed for a patent on a sneaker that's going to take your blood pressure. Sounds pretty damn cool. It used to be Nike was the innovator in the space. Now it sounds like Under Armour is taking that reins.
All right.
So Mark actually made a really good point about momentum. So a lot of these stocks, 2 out of the 3 of these stocks are just stuck in this range, whereas Intel started to pop above. So we started the show talking about semis. How do you play positive news coming out of the G20? I would look at Intel if you want to make that play because it already has momentum. When you're talking about these big trading ranges, for me, you really have to wait for that momentum to kick in because, to Guy's point, you can get a stray headline and it gets crushed.
Yeah. So the key for Nike is, first of all, on the charts, is getting through $85. That's a level that the stock has struggled at. It has broken through once, but I think the valuation, to me, not an issue if, in fact, North America is healthy again, and innovation really is, I think, what's going on at Nike. So Nike, a name I'm long, and Nike, a name that I think through multiple cycles here has found a way to move higher.